Thus, for opening a sutra, the unsurpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of aeons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. The wonderful Dharma, Lotus Flower Sutra, Chapter 3, A Parable. Part 1, Shariputra's Predicament. Thereupon Shariputra, with joyful enthusiasm, rose, placed his palms together, gazed reverently at the World-Honored One's face, and said to the Buddha, "Now having heard this sound of Dharma from the World-Honored One, my heart rejoices, and I've obtained what I never had before. What is the reason? In the past, I heard a Dharma such as this from the Buddha, and saw the Bodhisattvas receiving predictions of Buddhahood. But we had no part in this matter. I was deeply hurt that I had lost the limitless knowledge and vision of the Thus Come One, World-Honored One. When I used to dwell alone in mountain forests, at the foot of trees, whether sitting or walking, I continually had this thought: we all identically enter into the Dharma nature. Why has the Thus Come One shown us deliverance by means of the small vehicle Dharma? We are at fault, not the World-Honored One. What is the reason? If we had waited for the lecture on the cause of realizing Anuttara Sankhya Sambodhi, we would certainly have been delivered by means of the great vehicle Dharma. But we did not understand that expedient devices are spoken in accord with what is appropriate. Therefore, when we first heard the Buddha Dharma, upon encountering it, we immediately believed, accepted, and considered it, and attained realization. World-Honored One, from of old I have, day and night, continually reproached myself. Now from the Buddha, I've heard what I never heard before, this Dharma which has never been before, and all my doubts have been severed. My body and mind are blissful, and I am at peace. Today indeed, I know that I am a true disciple of the Buddha, born from the Buddha's mouth, transformed from the Dharma. I've obtained a share of the Buddha Dharma. At that time, Shariputra, wishing to restate this meaning, spoke verses saying, "Hearing this Dharma sound, I gain what I never had. My heart is filled with great joy. The net of doubts had been cast aside. From of old, favored with the Buddha's teaching, I had never lost the greater vehicle. The Buddha's sounds is extremely rare, and can rid beings of their woes. I have already attained to the end of outflows, yet hearing it, my woes also are dispelled. As I dwelt in the mountain valleys, sometimes at the foot of trees, whether sitting or walking, I constantly thought about this topic. Ah, I cried in bitter reproach, why have I deceived myself? We too are the Buddha's disciples, and equally enter the non-outflow Dharma. Yet in the future, we shall not be able to proclaim the unsurpassed path, the golden color, the 32, the 10 powers, and all the liberations are together in a single Dharma. But I've not attained these things, the 80 wondrous hallmarks, the 18 unshared Dharmas, such qualities of virtue. I've missed them, everyone. When I used to walk alone, I would see the Buddha in the great assembly, his fame filling the 10 directions, vastly benefiting all beings. I felt I had lost this benefit, and had but cheated myself. Constantly, both day and night, I thought upon this matter, and wished to ask the World-Honored One whether or not I had lost it. I often saw the World-Honored One praising all the Bodhisattvas, and so it was by day and night I pondered on matters such as these. Now I hear the Buddha's sound, opportunely speaking that Dharma, which is without outflows, hard to conceive of, and leads living beings to the Bodhimanda. Once I was attached to deviant views and was a teacher of the Brahmins. The world-honored one knew my heart, pulled out the deviant and taught me nirvana. I rid myself of deviant views and realized the Dharma of emptiness. Then I said to myself that I had arrived at quiescence. But now, at last, I realize it is not real quiescence, for when I become a Buddha, complete with the 32 marks, revered by gods and humans and yaksha hosts, dragons, spirits, and others, only then will I be able to say, this is eternal quiescence without residue. The Buddha in the Great Assembly has said, I shall become a Buddha. Hearing such a Dharma sound, all my doubts have been dispelled. When I first heard the Buddha speak, my heart was filled with great fear and doubt. Is this not Mara disguised as the Buddha, come to disturb and confuse my heart? The Buddha, by means of various conditions, analogies, and ingenious speech, makes one's heart as calm as the sea. Hearing him, the net of my doubts was rent. The Buddha says that in the past, the limitless Buddhas, now extinct, dwelling in the use of expedience, also spoke this Dharma, each of them. The Buddhas of the present and future, their numbers without limit, also use expedience to expound Dharma such as these. Just as now the world-honored one, from birth until his leaving home, he attains the way and turning the Dharma wheel, also speaks by means of expedience. The world-honored one speaks of the real path. The evil one does no such thing. Hence I know for certain this is not the demon posing as the Buddha. Because I had fallen into a net of doubts, I said it was the doings of the demon. Hearing the Buddha's compliant voice, profound, far-reaching, subtle and fine, proclaiming wide the clear, pure Dharma, great is the joy within my heart. My doubts are forever ended, as in real wisdom I stand firm. I am certain to become a Buddha, revered by gods and humans. I shall turn the unsurpassed wheel of Dharma to teach and transform bodhisattvas.